Yo, yo, yo! What it do? What it do? And it's Champions League nights, and it's the first night of the Champions League Tuesday night, and there's some upsets and there's some big wins tonight. There's some good games and there's some games that went totally differently that we didn't know. But you know what? I got my buddy Drex joining me here tonight. I'm gonna bring him up. Take this time to like, share, and subscribe as I bring Drex to the stage, and let's look at what's going on with the Champions League. What's up, bro?
Yo, big up, man. Big up. How you doing?
Chilling, chilling, chilling. Just
What
really,
a
just
day.
excited. You
What
know it
a
is,
day,
man.
man. What a
Some
day.
good games. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
big day for us is really tomorrow as Manchester United fans. But
Mm-hmm.
we got to talk about football because at the end of the day,
Yo,
football
yeah.
is football. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
fun to
man.
watch. And UCL has got
Yeah.
so many good games. We play tomorrow, so you got to watch everyone lose today and laugh.
Yeah.
So
Like, you
let's,
gotta take it in.
yeah. Man, I've been saying, there are going to be some upsets, bro. And when you look at
Mm-hmm.
it now, look at this.
Yeah, I do.
Look at these upsets.
Mm-hmm. I
Milan
see.
2-1 over Paris. Who would have thought
But,
that?
yeah, but nobody was gonna think it was there was gonna be an like, it wasn't more of an offset because if you remember, if you cast your mind back at the first, when they had the first game, the first leg, Milan at I think it's at Paris, right? It ended up
Yeah.
who I think
Nil nil.
PSG
Nil nil.
it ended up a draw, right? Yeah, it ended up a draw.
Yeah, nil
So
nil.
uh, um I remember someone telling me earlier today that Milan are gonna win, and I'm like, no, did you watch Milan on the weekend? They were awful. They were awful to behold. Like, I couldn't understand how Milan moved in the weekend to Udinese, right? So I
Yeah.
wasn't really too confident. But it's good to see that the group is wide open, and yeah, anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Yeah, it's interesting. And it was interesting to see the results today.
Hmm.
Man City was expected, everyone expect Man City to win at home, even
Hmm.
if it's the
Hmm.
empty head, you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
their 3-0 wasn't so surprising. Another penalty to open the scoring from Haaland. Then,
Hmm.
a great pass from Grealish into Jack to Phil Foden, and bang, 2-0. And then they came and scored a third goal in the second half, and it was done and dusted for young boys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't really have much
But
of a chance. So Man
young
City,
boy, I wasn't hoping, I wasn't expecting anything from young boys. It was
yeah,
just, yeah. If there was gonna be like, I was looking at was he earlier today? I was looking at Twitter, and I found that, like, when they put the group, was it Romano? I might be wrong. I'm gonna pull it up. Just go out, because yeah, it was Fabrizio Romano who said something about an upset. I was like, what's this guy talking about? What upset? Like, he if one of those things where you just feel like somebody's actually jinxing something. He talked about offset. I was like, what is Fabrizio talking about? Like,
yeah.
yo,
I mean, I would have liked to be fair. I would have liked to seen Young Boy come out with a 1-0 win over Man City or something. You know
no,
what I mean?
I wasn't expecting that. If that had happened, oh man, that would have been a thing, man. That would have been a thing, man. But
It
if
would
you
have been
look,
good.
yeah,
It would
but
have been good.
it would have been good for the neutrals, and it would be good for football in the wider scope of things, right? But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I thought it would have been. It would have just made the thing more lively too. You know what I mean?
more
Because
open,
it's the
yeah.
Champions League. You want to
Yeah,
see.
I
You
get
want to
you.
see
I
all these
get you.
upsets. You know what I mean?
I
And
get
and
you.
let's be real.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like even as much as we know
Mm-hmm.
these some of these teams are the big teams. All the teams competing in the Champions League won in their each
Mm-hmm.
respective
Mm-hmm.
leagues. You know what I mean? So they have
Yeah.
to have something going on about them. They have to have some kind of football, some kind of thing, that got them to the Champions League. So it would be
Mm-hmm.
nice to see a little upset here and there, even
Yeah.
if it's just for the upset's sake. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Check this
Yeah,
out.
that's
Check
how I
this
look
out.
at it sometimes.
Just see what Fabrizio said. Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, what's he talking about? Does this guy know something that we don't know? Like, he was so like, you see, biggest surprise of the day. He put the the eyes emoji and with the star. I'm like, Fabrizio definitely knows something that people don't know, and it turned out to be the yeah. There was a huge one earlier in the kickoff, the earlier kickoff of the UEFA Champions League, which was good for the competition. It's very good for the competition.
Yeah. So, but check this out. Like I was saying, let's talk about this game. I know you may not have gotten to watch the whole game or whatever,
No, but
but
I think
I took
I
in.
was following it in the first half. I followed it a little bit in the first half when I think Porto scored in the 10th or in the was it the 10th or the 9th minute? But I can't remember. But when it was the first half, it was 1-0. I was looking at it. At the same time, I had my eyes on the Atletico Madrid game. I was just all over the place. I was just all over the place with the games. A few 5 minutes here with Atletico, 2 minutes here with Porto. Jumped on to Milan, then moved. I was just trying to keep. It's not possible. It's not possible. Just trying to keep my eyes on all of
Yeah.
them. But it
I
was
mean,
the first 15 minutes was a good spell for Porto. I didn't. Honestly, this game was one of those games. If you had asked me before like in the preview show, I would have told
mhm.
you I see Antwerp maybe pulling a shocker here, right? Because why I don't in the last couple of years they've been no pushover, if you know what I mean. They've been no pushover. They've not been like the is it Antwerp that most people knew from let's say 4 or 5 seasons back, right? They've been superb um in the last 2 seasons in terms of result and with the Champions League and getting result in the big and this competition, right? They've been good, but so if you had asked me in the preview show, I would have told you maybe these guys would pull an upset. Never would have thought it was the other one that happened earlier today.
Yeah, I know. Like, what the only fun facts about this game is that, well, Pepe became the oldest scorer in the Champions League group stages when he scored the second goal, a powerful header. You
Pepe
know what I
never
mean?
dies. Pepe never dies.
In another game that not I don't think I mean I didn't get a chance to watch this game, so I just viewed the highlights. So
Hmm.
Leipzig won 2-1 over Krevno Seveda. So it's
Yeah.
like they qualified for the next round. They're on 9 points.
Well,
They
this
did the
was.
double over them.
Joe, go ahead.
So
I'll point you. I'll draw you out to something, right? That I noticed um what should we call it in this round of games today. Just go continue. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
yeah, so like as we went through that game, I'll not talk too much about it because I don't know too much about that game. The Man City game, I watched a few minutes of the game, but when after I saw the second goal from
Hmm.
Phil Foden, I was like, wow, that was a good finish. He looked up for the game. Haaland
Yeah.
scored a good penalty. At the end of the day, it was a tough challenge. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was like with the same of the
I
last game. You
love
know what I
I
mean?
love I love Phil Foden's goal. It was one of those goals where though the pass was a little bit weighty, right? His
Mm,
first touch just calmed that ball, put the ball in the right direction, right? It's now not to actually draw some level of some sort of negative comparison, but it's one of those things I expect from what's his name from Anthony. Sometimes you get the ball like that, your first touch with your left with your strong foot puts the ball in a patch where you can actually take the man on and just beat the man. It was very easy. Like it looked so easy on the eye. Let me not say it was very easy. It looked so easy on the eye. The way his first touch, the man was already his man was already like halfway done. He just needed to just drop the shoulder, come inside. Then he even knew once the ball left his foot, he already knew it was going in. He was already going to celebrate. He already knew it was a beautiful goal. Beautiful goal.
yeah, beautiful goal. It was a good goal. Had to say so myself. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I watched this game. And the Milan game,
Yeah.
oh, I tell you, guy, I tell you, you know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Milan looked really up for the game. They were at home. The home fans was up for it.
Yeah.
And it's another one for me where Kylian Mbappe, he looked all right, but he hasn't looked like the Kylian Mbappe of
Mbappe.
old. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. I get you. I get you. Yeah. It's
So it's like for me,
with this. Are we going to come back to this game, or you want me to talk about it now? Because with this
yeah,
game,
let's go
right?
through this game.
Yeah, with this game, I saw a few things that I'm like, how I could like because when I watched the Newcastle game, I wasn't really paying after the first goal. I wasn't really paying too much attention because I was caught up with something with the missus, right? So, but when I went back and looked at the game, and I saw now looking at this particular game, watching this particular game today, I'm like, now you actually see how Newcastle could run riot with the PSG defense. The PSG defense isn't that great. The PSG defense isn't that great. A little bit of pressure and their pipe would just burst open, right? So what's the name? Rafael was just having a feed day. It was just schooling and cooking and doing anything he could do to just to get at the PSG defense. It was a beautiful game to actually watch because it was more like a back and forth kind of thing, you know. Kolo Muani, what's his name? Mbappe, Dembele, Vitina. They were just it was all like, if we attack you, make sure you hold your own. Then when you bring it, we make sure we hold our own. You understand what I'm saying? It was that kind of game.
Yeah, it was like a back and forth,
yeah,
end to end game. It was a good game. It was a good game, you know. And Giroud's header was like, whew. But there were some times, bro, that they got away because even this guy Reyniers missed an effort in the box, went over the bar. I thought that was goal number 3, and that was it. That was like, whoa. You know what I mean? It's like it's one of those games that as a neutral you could just enjoy it and be like, this is good football. This is a good football watch. You know what I mean?
It is.
So, and we don't have a dog in the fight there, so it's like we don't really care who wins. But you know, Milan winning is always good for the ether.
Yeah, Milan winning is always good because you know why I say so? PSG has been trying. PSG has been trying to get what should we call it now? To get into the Champions League, to win the competition, right? So every dent in their hopes, or every dent in their pursuit gives it some sort of flavor. You know, so I don't know if you get my point. Just gives it some sort of flavor.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay, as long as they keep trying. Let's just see. It makes it more interesting. You know, it's just like what we call it. No, not to deviate a bit, but it's just like the Tottenham with them being on the top of the league. I just want, when people say, okay, they're going to drop that, I just want to see them try. You know, it's the hope that kills, right? So when you keep, let's go, we get in there, we're going to get it. But every little dent that comes, it gives some fans like me, it gives me, because like you said, we don't have a dog in the fight, but it gives me that and fulfillment, like, yo, let's see what's going to happen. The drama keeps getting exciting, if you know what I mean. The drama keeps getting exciting. I want to see how they're going to bounce back, because I believe they have Newcastle next, or if I'm not mistaken, Dortmund. I think Newcastle.
I think Milan plays Dortmund next, and then
Newcastle is the last game. Yeah.
You know, because remember, they were in England at Newcastle the same time when we played Bayern, I believe. So yeah, I think that's how it's working with them. So in that regards, you know, Immobile left it late with Lazio, you know, to score a goal. That was really good for Lazio. You know, I know you thought that Feyenoord might scrape a win and give them an upset.
I was thinking Feyenoord might scrape a win, or probably the game was going to end in a draw. But funny how things are panning out right now. Funny how it's all going. Yeah. So it was like, I was surprised, like, Immobile coming in late, like coming to get the winner that late. I was like, did Feyenoord, they'll feel hard done by, right? Because like you see right there in the possession stat, they had 62% with 12 goals on attempt, had 42 quote unquote dangerous attack, or in attack in all sense. Then passing accuracy, they were dope. They were 92%. So that in itself tells you that, men looking at, without actually watching the game, it tells you, okay, Feyenoord did not come here to play. They didn't just come here to sit back and relax and just hope to get a draw or something. They actually came to play, you know. So I feel like they would have been really felt hard done by, like, the result didn't go their way today.
Yeah, you know, it might be one of those games that, you know, might give them a little bit of a hard stepping stone, you know what I mean? Like a stumbling block. But hopefully they pick themselves up because they got 2 more games left, and they can still probably try to maintain Europa League self, even if they don't.
And what's what's the position? Let me quickly pull up. Let me see what the position is on the standing. They are third. Okay, they are third, and they have. They would have. I think they might. They have. They still have to play. What's his name? They still have to play Atletico Madrid. Yeah, they still have. They're playing
And
Atletico
Celtic.
Madrid. Yeah, Celtic. They might win. They might win Celtic. They still have to play Atletico Madrid. Hope to get a draw right there. And if they get a draw right there, Atletico Madrid still have to play Lazio. And if they get a draw, that puts them at if they get a draw, that puts them in a very good position because 1 second. If they get a draw with Atletico Madrid, then that gives them 7 points. Atletico would be like 9 points. Then it all depends on what Atletico and Lazio play on the final day. So they just need to get. I don't know if 10 points is gonna give them passage to the next round, the round of 16. I'm not too sure, but they might be striving to get 10 points in total. Maybe 10
Yeah,
points still
because I
help them
think if if
because
if
mhm.
Lazio has to play Atletico
Celtic.
next,
No, Lazio plays
Lazio has
no
Celtic.
no no. Feyenoord plays Atletico next. Lazio's got Lazio's got Lazio has got what's his name? Lazio
Celtic.
got Celtic to play. Lazio got Celtic
Mhm.
to play. So if Lazio win that game, that puts them on 10 points. All Atletico Madrid needs to do is get a point from Feyenoord. That gives them 9 and hope to win Lazio. So right now it feels like anybody with a 10 points and good goal difference, because Atletico Feyenoord has a +2 goal difference on Lazio. Lazio right now has 0. So yeah, goal difference might come down to being the final decider in that group because yeah, like I said, Feyenoord they are home to Atletico. You just need to keep it tight. Hope to get a draw or a win. A win will be so beautiful for them. A win gives them 9 points, and for sure they just have to go dig it out with what we call it with Feyenoord. No, with Celtic, and hope to get the win at Celtic. That gives them um, 12 points. So between
Yeah.
10 and 12 points, if they can see 10 and 12 points and hope other result goes in their favor, then that will be an easy passage to the round of 16 for them.
Most certainly, most certainly. It's like it's tough. It's tough for some of those teams. You know what I mean? And like if we move on to the next group, it's like
Oh, this
Griezmann. You know?
God, this game. One of the games I was thinking was going to be tight. I didn't expect the score line. However, it should be said that Celtic had a man sent off, right?
Yeah,
So
that was tough. That
that
was
let
tough.
the game really wide open for Atletico Madrid. But that being said, like I said earlier, Atletico Madrid just need to do their business by avoiding defeat on both on the last 2 games, and the spot at the round of 16 will be secured.
Yeah, they
That's
will
what
be
I
top
was.
finish.
Yeah, they will top finish. Yeah. No, if they actually avoid defeat, let's say they get a draw, that will put them at 10 points. So whatever happens at the other games, it doesn't really matter. They're already at the next stage, in my opinion.
Hmm. Yeah, and to see Morata had a double as well. Saul
It's
Niguez back on the score sheet. You know?
it's good to see Morata on the score sheet as well as I will yeah, it's good to see Morata at the score sheet, but on the score sheet, it gives him some sort of confidence and all of that, right? But yeah, I for
Mhm.
one, I'm not really a fan of Morata.
Honest, 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 honest. So, but on the last day, imagine on the last day, Atletico had to face Lazio and Celtic
That,
have Feyenoord.
that's what
So,
I'm saying. Like on the last day, that's what I'm saying. On the last day, it has to come to um or not who wants it more, but what happens on that day, because one can actually think of one can actually think of what should we call it? Um, I want Feyenoord to go into the round of 16. That's my bias. I want
Oh, okay,
Feyenoord to
okay,
go into
okay.
the round of the 16. I see for the last 2 seasons they've been playing real good, beautiful football, and they are not walkover. They come to play you. They're being business. They're serious. They do their bit right. So I just want it's just fair to see. It's just fair to have people that are actually putting in the work, getting rewarded, if you know what I mean. Just like team
Exactly,
doing their
exactly.
bit and getting the reward. It gives not just the players, not just the manager, it gives the football club that brightness, that joy to see that our investment, our work off the pitch and on the pitch is actually producing results for us. You know, so it gives them that edge. You know, so I just I'm a sucker for people putting in the work and getting rewards. That's just how I see it.
And Shakhtar did an upset, as we were talking
Boy,
about earlier. There was no
boy,
upset. 1
this
nil
one,
held Barca
this one,
scoreless.
I am going to let me just quickly do this right because I said I wasn't gonna look at this until we get on stream. I'm gonna actually pull it up and see how the group is panning out because right now, oh, it doesn't. Although Barcelona on top, um, with 9 points, same points as Porto. So let me just take a quick
Hmm.
look at who Barcelona have next. Now Barcelona and Porto are playing next,
Exactly.
Shakhtar Donetsk while Shakhtar Donetsk I
Antwerp.
think Shakhtar Donetsk are going away to Antwerp, right?
To,
So
yeah, they're
that in
going away to Royal
itself,
Antwerp.
yeah, they're going
That's
away
a
to.
good
So
game week for
I
Shakhtar.
yeah, I expect Shakhtar to. I expect Shakhtar to get the 3 points right there because, like I said, Antwerp this time around they've had so they played four, lost four, goal considered 14, goal difference of -11. They scored three, and so they're gonna be playing. Like I said, they're gonna be playing Shakhtar next. So, and I believe Shakhtar always have a goal in them. So it's
Yeah,
whoever
they
can
always have
keep,
a goal in them.
whoever can score
But
more.
the
But
big game
Shakhtar,
in that will be the Porto Barca game, the
those,
Porto Barca
but
because
that's what
huge
I'm
because
saying.
whoever
Hmm.
dropped points had a fight on the last day.
He has a big risk of actually, yeah, you have to fight on the last day. And mind you, Shakhtar is no pushover. So if Shakhtar was able to do one over Barcelona this time around, so there's a high chance. Where is it? Let me put it up back again. Let me just look at it on this way. There's a high chance that Shakhtar is going to give their, let me see, Porto. I think Shakhtar is playing home on the final game. Shakhtar is hosting Porto. That's going to be a very, very interesting match for the neutrals. Very interesting because if Shakhtar actually pull up a win over Antwerp, that puts them at
Hmm.
9 points. So all Shakhtar needs 9 points. So, but between Barcelona and Porto, somebody's gonna drop point. Both of them might end up dropping 2 points, which is leaves everybody at 10. So all three clubs will be at 10 points going into the if results stays that way. Let's say Shakhtar gets a win and there's a draw between Porto and Barcelona, then all three of them have 10 points going into the final game. It means Barcelona just need to see out Antwerp and they are good. Then Shakhtar Donetsk. But this is where it gets tricky. Donetsk needs to win.
Yeah, but
Donetsk
not only
needs to win.
Donetsk need to, not only that, but what if, let us say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Porto beat Barca, right, by
Mm,
3 goals, let us
mm,
say Porto beat Barca by 3 goals, let us say,
mm-hmm.
right, hypothetically, that means
Yeah,
Barca goal difference will drop to +3, right? That means
yeah,
Porto goal difference will go up to +9, right?
yeah, yeah,
So if, and 12 points, right? So if
yeah.
Barca,
Mm-hmm.
right, would have to play Barca playing Antwerp. So let's see
Mm-hmm.
out Antwerp, right?
Yeah.
So if Barca get the 12 points, but they only score 2 goals,
No, yeah.
right? But what if Shakhtar beat Shakhtar now come and beat Porto,
Porto.
so they're all on 12 points.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
But
saying. They all
Shakhtar
on.
now beat Porto 5-0.
Okay, that's if you Shakhtar beat Porto, but with the +9, with the +9 Porto has that would put Porto at +4.
First,
Yeah, and give give Shaka an edge. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I said it's good. Now when I say it becomes tricky is we have to now look at the goal difference. What's the goal difference going to be at the end of the last round? Because right now Shaka on third position with -1 goal difference. So if everybody ends up getting 10 points after the round of after the fifth, yeah, I think game 5, yeah, we're already on game 4, yeah, after game 5, if everybody gets 10 points, what would the goal difference be? You understand what I'm saying? Well, so if everybody gets 10 points and Shakhtar is still on third with maybe an inferior goal difference to Porto, it means on the last day Shakhtar would need a win, not a draw, a win, because anything other than a win puts Porto into the next round.
yeah, but now let's take a look at this right now, right? Because
Okay.
right now this is the big one. This is the big result because I've been walking around the city with my family, and
Mm-hmm.
all I've been
Mm-hmm.
seeing are Newcastle fans. They come over to the game. I had on my
Mm-hmm.
jersey today, so some of them see me and they were like laughing and whatever, whatever. And I just look at them in my mind. I'm like, "But, nigga, you gonna lose. You gonna lose today." You know what I
Correct.
mean? And look
But
at that. Dortmund did the double over them. I wonder how Newcastle fans are feeling right now. I don't really care too much, but they must be sad. They
no,
just
but
got smashed at home, smashed away.
sometimes they say you got to be able to take your own medicine, right? So um now they played us the weekend, right? And they played the B team.
Midweek.
Yeah, midweek, right? Sorry, my bad, midweek. They played the B team. And after the win, I don't know if that tweet was true. The report I saw on Twitter was true. It was like, oh, the Bruno Gomes and I think Joe Linton came on. He had to give them minutes because just so they could use it as part of their training. Now,
Yeah,
what would they say right now? Isn't that they didn't train good or what? Because Dortmund
maybe.
came to their home, defeated them. They had to go fly all that miles to go get a 2-0 defeat. Was it one of those spectacular game from Dortmund? No, it was more like we know what to do. We're going to execute it to the T. You know, Newcastle. The minute they went to go down, they were to me they were just chasing it. They were chasing it. They didn't care what was going to happen. They were just chasing it. And the longer it went on, they still being 1-0 down with the whole chasing and going after it, not minding what would happen. The longer that stays 1-0, their confidence grew, and they felt like, okay, you know what, there's a draw in this for us. We get the draw, then we could actually the momentum could swing in our favor, and we might just sneak a win, right? But it didn't happen. They were caught up. They were caught on the counter, on the quick transition counter attack, and 2-0. It should have been three. It should have been three for real, because if Royce had just there was a play where after the second goal there was a transitional play. Royce was with the ball, and he had, I can't remember, I think it was a Deyemi to the right. If he had just slipped that ball through to him, that would have been an easy third goal. But it didn't happen. That being said, I used to feel for Newcastle. Like I told you, if I've already said it earlier, like people that put in the work, I want them to actually get the reward. But not, I'm gonna just I tell you right now, not my bias is against Newcastle. They put in the work, but they're looking like dirty players right now, because I can find things didn't go well on the weekend in the Arsenal game. I believe, yes, the Arsenal
Hmm.
game. Yeah, things didn't go well, but a lot of the players were just being, like, especially Bruno Guimaraes was just being. You didn't have to be too aggressive or too dirty. So Just
Mm-hmm.
play your game and don't try to influence the referee to do otherwise. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, they should be able to hold this one. The league. It's not like they're gonna win the league anytime soon, but they should be able to
Facts.
take this. They should be able to take this L and go home and say, okay, where did we get it wrong? That being said, I think they would. Let me just pull their start up like we've done. Let me see where they at. They would. I still feel like they can still go into qualify into the round of 16 or worst case scenario Europa, because I see they have a win in them against PSG, but not so much AC Milan, because
In Paris, you think they're gonna go in Paris and beat them in Paris?
like we started the stream and said AC Milan's defense is not that it's not that good, right? A little pressure and the post open. But if AC if sorry, my bad, PSG, my bad. If PSG takes a cue from today's game and see, okay, you know what, we could get at their defense with pace and all of that. So if PSG are able to hold out their own and take the pressure, PSG, they have fast players, so but they don't have that aggressive midfielders. Even their fast players in the likes of Mbappe, Kolomowani, and Dembele, they are not that aggressive. So a little bit of badge on the back or on the shoulder, they're already on the floor. You displace them. So that being said, if AC Milan gets if PSG, I don't know why I keep saying AC Milan. If PSG gets the first goal, that will rattle the Newcastle players, make them maybe do what they did today against Dortmund, and that could be game over for them, because PSG, they are bro. Let me just say this. Um Mbappe is fast. Bro, Mbappe is
He is
fast.
fast, but he hasn't been performing well these last couple of games. His form
I
has
don't
been
think
as spotty as Marcus
but
Rashford. Eh?
I get you, but couldn't that be as a result of the fact that he's done out there in PSG? He's done. Like physically he's there, but and
I
mentally
still
he's
don't think
not.
that's an excuse for a top player, bro. Like as a
No, but
professional, bro, you still have to do the business, bro. And no, I understand what you mean. He might not be fully in it, but you had to
mhm,
be, bro. Like this is Champions League. I could understand you're flopping in the French league, bro. But this is the UCL Knights, bro. You know what I mean?
mhm,
This is your last run in PSG in the UCL. You know what I
mhm.
mean? You
Yeah.
had to do something good about yourself. You can't just, you know what I mean? Look at the results for these groups now,
Mhm,
bro. Porto 2-0, because of Leipzig 2-1, Man City 3-0, Milan
mhm,
2-1 over them. You know what I mean? And look at it, Dortmund.
mhm,
Like, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but Newcastle, Stoops. Forget them fools, bro. Like them fools try to make a joke out of us the other day when they win all visa training practice. Cool, bang, take two. Pull man away, take it. You know what I mean? Enjoy that
hold it,
and go and
hold it,
sleep.
hold it.
You know what I mean? Hold that. You dig?
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly, bro. Barcelona too. Hold that 1-0. You know what I mean? I'd hope Celtic could have do something with Atleti, bro. Atleti is one of those dirty teams for me. I don't like them at all. You know what I
No,
mean?
I don't
Lazio,
like I don't like I
he
don't
did
like
well. He did well.
Atletico. I don't like Atletico,
But
but
I had to go back to Barcelona and Newcastle. Hold that.
no,
They better hold
like I
it.
said, Newcastle is playing PSG next. So Newcastle is playing PSG next. Dortmund is playing. The group is wide open, because I don't know if I don't see Dortmund doing. I don't see Dortmund getting the win at AC Milan. If you ask me, to be honest with you, I don't see Dortmund going. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see Dortmund going to AC Milan and getting the win.
Yeah,
It PSG will
that's a
end
tough
up
one. That's a
defeating
tough ask,
Dortmund
bro.
on the final day. PSG will end up defeating Dortmund on the final day. Newcastle and AC Milan. AC Milan coming. Is it AC Milan coming to St James's Park? I think so.
I
It's
believe
not going to be
so.
an
I
easy
believe
one.
so.
Yeah, it's
But
not going to be an easy one for
but
them,
bro, let me
but
tell you something.
it is what it
Let me
is,
tell you
bro.
something,
Whatever
bro.
happens,
No, no, no.
yeah.
Wait. No. They were at St. James's Park is where they lose. They drew.
They drew.
They didn't play. I
Oh,
think they play at
if
St.
they are
James's Park.
if they are
I think they are
me
home.
fathers, if they are going to if they will
San
be
Siro.
going to San Siro, the, no, they are home. They are home. I'm looking at it right here. They are home. December 13th. They
So
are
they
home.
went in the San Siro and
Yeah, they
they
drew.
drew. No,
Did they lose?
they drew in the San Siro. No, bro.
Yeah, they drew in the San Siro. It was a nil-nil goalless draw, and this at the San Siro. Yeah, it was a goalless
Oh,
draw.
really?
September
Okay, okay.
19th. Goalless draw San Siro. So
Yeah,
they
well,
are
but
actually
yeah,
at
bro.
home.
Listen. I think this is just me. I just think Milan is going to spunk them in St James's Park. Rafael Leao is in good form, and
Yeah,
they win. They had a strong win tonight, and when they win these kind of games, their next game is Dortmund at
hmm
home, right?
yeah.
Newcastle facing PSG in France. Their next win
hmm
against Dortmund. If Milan could squeak a victory on Dortmund,
hmm
I think they will need to win against Newcastle. Because if they win against Dortmund,
That puts
then
them
they
at
should
8 points, I
go.
think.
Yeah, that the Newcastle on what, 4 points,
4. Yeah.
right?
So
So no matter if
if they
Newcastle
win
win,
at Dortmund, if they win at because I think they are home, so they will be at home when
okay.
Dortmund comes to play.
Who's that, Newcastle?
No, AC
We
Milan.
talk about Milan. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Milan.
Milan at home against Dortmund. So if they win against Dortmund, they're going up
hmm
to what, 11 points, right?
If they win at home against Dortmund, that puts them at 8 points. So they will go above Dortmund, and if PSG do the favor against Newcastle, then that would put PSG at 9 points. So it will be PSG 9 point, AC Milan 8 points, then Dortmund 7 and Newcastle 4. If that result stays like
Yeah,
that.
but I think Newcastle might beat PSG. But if you, as you say, Newcastle go to France and beat PSG,
Okay, if Newcastle
then
goes to France and beat PSG, that puts Newcastle at 7 points. Still, yeah, I might be ahead of Dortmund in that regard. So therefore means it is AC Milan and Newcastle. So it's gonna go down to the wire on the
that's
final
a
day.
good group, bro. Like
Yeah,
when you have a
yeah,
group
that's
like that,
that group.
it's good for the game. That's
Yeah,
a good
that.
performance. You don't want to see teams just do double, just continue to win, and in
But
that group, you want to see them lose,
quick
just to make
question:
it exciting.
Quick question: Do you think PSG are going to have a back-to-back defeat in the Champions League because they lost to Milan today? Do
They
you see
lost
them
to
losing to
Milan
New?
today, and
They're going to lose to
I don't
Newcastle.
know. You see, because I expect a reaction, and they're in France, they're at home, so I
hmm
expecting a good performance because PSG is usually very good at home. It's hard to beat at home. They're not
hmm
their form isn't usually great away, but at
Yeah, but at
home they
home,
have
yeah.
good form. So I would expect them to show up for that game against Newcastle, especially since Newcastle spanked them 4-0 in St James's Park. I think they would be up for that game. That game would be a very, very highly contested game as well.
hmm
You know what I mean? So I
hmm
feel like that game might either make PSG 9 points or give Newcastle a hope of qualifying, because if
hmm
Newcastle lose, they're out. You
No, if
know,
Newcastle lose,
if they
they're out.
lose
And
that game, they're out.
for me, I was one who wanted them to go to the round. I felt like they were going to finish second, but whatever they
Hmm.
get at the end of this group stage, they deserve. They could cry for all I care. Like I lost. I don't. Like when a team, like I said, when a team is actually putting in the hard work, and once they just get on my nerves, that's it. I kiss them goodbye. That's it. Whatever happens to them, happens to them. I don't give. I was before we run. I know you want to we're about to run up the stream. I'm just gonna copy this and see. Tell me what you think about this. I know it's we don't want to talk about the takeover news, but just what you see. Did you read the Sky Sport report saying it was basically done? Just maybe
I haven't.
throw a light on.
I was looking at it, and I was like, eh, in a way, I was like,
Yo, you saw it in the group, right?
uh, yeah, I saw it in the group, and I was like, bro, you know something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
really sweat too much about the big stuff. You know what I mean? I don't really sweat too much
Mm-hmm.
about it like that in the sense that I look at it like this, right? Unless
Mm-hmm.
we have in some kind of definite situation where they're bringing up some concrete evidence to back up that statement, like the
Yeah.
Rain Group post out an article, Bloomberg
Yeah.
and Reuters
Yeah.
finally print the same article in agreement. Yeah,
Yeah.
I will be like, okay, now let me see what this guy could do. But to say I go and jump and say, well, let me give this guy a chance. I don't believe in
Mm-hmm.
that soft-hearted nature after dealing with 18 years.
Of
Basically
yeah.
almost a
Yeah.
basically half of my life, bro. I deal with these Glazers. I mean, and as
Mm-hmm.
a United fan, bro, I've been honest. Like, no United fan should be waiting to settle and see what this guy could
For,
do. Like, if
mm,
that is what we end up with, cool. Let me see what he could do at that point.
cool.
But until
Yeah,
the
but
last
if
stroke of the matter is, we should be fighting
mm-hmm.
for what we
for
need.
for what
Full
we can
sale.
get,
It don't
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
for
be.
what we,
It don't have to be Qatar, bro. It could be any
yeah,
rich person, any person,
anybody.
any corporation that buying it completely. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? So like
Yes, man.
when people talk about Qatar and whatever, no, I pro 100% sale. I don't want to see a
Full
single
sale,
person
yeah, yeah,
with our
yeah.
last name Glazer. You dig? I telling you
Yeah,
straight
man.
up. I don't want to see a single person in the ownership name with our last name. After
Mm-hmm.
what I mean. So let me get a full sale only and move up and move on from there. But
All
at the
right.
same time, we have to deal with the realities of life. So if we're not getting that, and this is what we have, then all right,
Yeah,
cool. Let me see. We will
we're
talk
gonna take
about
it. Yeah, we'll
what
take it.
positives
We'll
could
take it.
happen. We'll
Yeah.
take it from that point. But until then, I'm not accepting that cop out. That's just
All
me.
right. All right. All right. All right.
Well, yeah, it is. Thanks for joining me, bro. It is. Big up to
Anytime,
you,
bro.
Drex.
Anytime, bro.
And
Anytime. Anytime.
first episode of the UCL nights. You know what I
Anytime.
mean?
Yeah.
Banter, rival
Yeah.
talk.
We're
And
good. We,
anybody
yeah.
watching, if you're a YouTuber and your team is playing in the Champions League and you feel like you want to come on and have your say and give
Mm-hmm.
some banter, shout out in the comments and I'll send you the link next time and you can join us, bro. Tomorrow we'll be here at B Square, same time.
Oh, you're gonna be here tomorrow? All right. All right. All right. We'll do it
Definitely, bro. We're
tomorrow.
gonna be back tomorrow. You're
All
gonna, yeah,
right.
yeah. You definitely must join me, my bro. So
Yeah.
shout out to everyone who took the time to watch us. Give us a
All
like, a
right.
share, and a subscribe. Check out my
Thanks.
brother Dex and see what his channel is saying. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, much love and respect. Thanks for joining us.
All right.
Catch you
Bye,
guys
guys.
later.
All right.